Greetings. With the Arknights update that released the limited operator Chen the Day, they added a new update to allow you to upgrade your operators another way outside of the standard elite system. So for myself, I have played Arknights for roughly a year and a half now, and as far as I'm aware, pretty much since the game came out, the primary way that you upgrade your operators is giving them the XP and the right materials to get them to Elite 1 and then Elite 2. So there are two Elite stages, and as soon as you get them to the maximum level in Elite 2, that was it for upgrading your operators. But with this update, we have what is called the module system. And with the module system, they also added subclasses to help differentiate the various different subclasses within each class of operator. So each operator has the default module that they start out with, which basically has no effect. But when we go to Swire's module here, it adds a few extra bonuses. So extra 120 HP, 50 attack, and increases her talent. Which her talent is the increases attack to 120% when attacking enemies she is not blocking. So with that, we have to use the module data blocks, which is a new item that you get from doing the weekly mission, I do believe. It's either the daily or I'm pretty sure it's... Yes, it is the weekly mission. And then it requires some materials, as well as doing these two missions here in order to unlock the ability to use all this. So the requirement for this is getting them to a decent level in Elite 2, so for 5 stars it's Elite 2 level 50, having over 100 trust, using the new module data block, and then some LMD and materials, depending on the rarity. So I wanted to make this video to just throw out my thoughts of this new system. So originally, when I heard about this system coming out on the CN server, I really didn't like it very much because I actually really appreciated the simplicity of Arknights' system of upgrading operators. Pretty much as soon as you get an operator to Elite 2, and if you wanted to do the mastery levels for specific skills, then as soon as you basically got an operator's signature skill or most usable skill to your playstyle to Mastery 3, as well as getting them to like roughly Elite 2 level 50, there was pretty much not really much reason to go much higher than that for the various different levels. So I thought the simplicity of all of that was really something that I treasured on this game. So thinking about it now that it actually came out, for my account anyway, what I really thought about was that this system has two pluses to it that at the time I didn't really think about all that much. And the first one being is that it allows the developers to sort of buff specific operators without breaking the balance of their game. Like, for an example, whenever the developers of Arknights either pretty much buff anything, they pretty much have to buff the entire class or subclass. In this case, like for an example, Swire gained around like 50-ish attack and a little bit of extra hit points. And that buff was pretty much given to all of the instructor guards. And so the developers really have to be on a tightrope there to basically not be able to directly buff individual units. So this module system allows them to add additional buffs to the game to underappreciated or underused classes. But I do want to bring up also that I do believe the supporters also have a module, but I don't have Mayor to Elite 2. Actually, I don't think I have any Summoners to Elite 2, so I can't even view them. But Deep Color actually has a unique module, and I think I don't remember exactly what it does, but she has a different one to the other Summoners that have basically the same one. So, and then another example is that Doberman, which I haven't gotten to Elite 2, also has a unique one that other instructor guards do not have. So they did leave a bit of freedom for them to individually make the modules for the specific characters, although most of them seem to be about the same. The other thing that I thought of that I didn't really think of before too much was that since it is another way of upgrading the operators that you either really like or you think could use an upgrade, it is something that additional that you can do. For an example, for my account, like, look how many Elite 2s that I have. Like, if we go to levels, most of my 6 stars are Elite 2, and I just have all of these very different operators built right now. But eventually, as I have went on with my account, I pretty much got to the point where I don't really feel like building any other specific operators. Like, I already have my Silver Ash, I already have Aya, like with Master 3 and everything, and I'm just not either interested enough or see enough reason to build some of the other operators that I have on my account. So I can definitely see myself being close to the point of me wanting to do more on my account and just not really having that option. Like, this gives you another thing to grind for that, like I said, can buff, just min-max that operator that you enjoy or you think could use a buff. And some of them do add a very either interesting or powerful effect, although the instructor guards, unfortunately, don't really seem to be all that interesting. Because, I mean, it basically increases the talent by 10% as well as giving the stat bonuses, so yeah. And these missions, I mean, in my opinion, they're kind of unnecessary, but at the same time, though, it's a bit of a little bit of a challenge thing that you need to do to unlock these. So all in all, I actually quite like this system because of the reasons that I mentioned. And when it first came out into CN server all of those months ago, I just didn't really think about those too much, and I'm kind of at the point where even before now, I pretty much primarily pulled only unlimited banners, but I'm at the point where I have all of these operators already built, and I'm not really gaining new operators very quickly because I only pull unlimited banners for the most part. So I'm definitely going to get to the point where I just have nothing else to grind for unless I want to build like all of my 4 stars or all of my 5 stars for the sake of doing it. So So with that, that was my thoughts and opinions of the module system. So if you have any of the instructor guards or summoners that you like, check out their module, see if you would want to grind for them. And what do you think of the module system? Do you think it's a good addition to the game? Something else to grind for, or do you think it's something that's unnecessary? But with that, thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day.